Khan. Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Akiyam. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Kodash. I would also like to give a double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000 men of Israel, which consists of the servants, the prophets, whom have been ordained since the foundations of this earth to sing this new song, which comes in the form of this gospel, which would be preached throughout all four corners of this earth and rest upon the ears of the innumerable multitude, men, women, and children of Israel, who may be scattered throughout all four corners of this earth. Shalom, shalom, beloved Akim and Akwav. It's just Bayan back again through the spirit, power, mercy, and grace of our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And I just wanted to tap into a very brief live stream. I wanted to bring out this article. I was actually gonna premiere this video, but the spirit hopped on me to just push the button. But it's an article I've been holding on to for a little bit. It pretty much taps into, the current condition of Babylon the Great, aka America. Its state of health or what have you, and how prophetically it's pretty much on its way out, man. There's no light at the end of the tunnel, as much as these red belly Babylonians are hoping and praying for a victory at the end, bro. Like this day there's no light at the end of this tunnel, man. All right, pursuing the biblical prophecy, it's not gonna work out for Babylon the Great. When you tap into prophecy, it's highlighted, that Babylon will be where we're delivered, man. What scripture is that? Let me see if I can get that real quick. Bear with me, Aki Aminakwa. Let me see if I can get this real quick. Spirit just came, this precept just came to me. From Babylon, thou shalt be delivered. Let me get this real quick, hold on. I just want to get that real quick. I'm just going through the spirit. Now, but this article is very informative, man. I mean, it sheds light on prophecy. And it just brings it makes everything make sense, It's just another piece of evidence, I guess, for lack of better words, proven, or not proven, but pretty much showing that Babylon's through. Let me see something real quick. Bear with me. All right, here we go. The book of Micah, chapter 4, and verse 10, and it reads, "Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field." Right? And right, we were scattered throughout all four corners of the earth. The main reason why we're in the position we're in, well, the reason why we're in the situation we're in is because we broke the first covenant. You see? This is why our enemy is over us, and this is why we're in a position, where, we have to get everything by the sweat of our brow. We're the tail, the heathen, the head, starting with Esau. We've been placed at the bottom. Right? But check this out, though. Hold on. Right? For now shalt thou go forth, Micah 4 and 10. Right? For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered. There the Lord Yahweh shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies, man. Okay? And it says the daughter of Zion is talking to all 12 tribes, bro. Okay? This is talking to, we will be delivered out of Babylon the Great, a.k.a. America, man. Okay? And with that deliverance comes a great destruction, bro. But before it comes into its perfection, what's going to happen is a progressive events, all right? From moral decay in Babylon the Great, economic peril, Okay? Infrastructurally, this place would just decay. All right? And again, going back to this article I'm going to pull out, it speaks to that. You see? But here in Babylon, we're going to be delivered. And efforts for us to get delivered out of here, that great destruction's got to come, bro. That's prophesied to come, which comes in the form of those missiles, man. You know, at its perfection. You know, that's how salvation is going to come. Salvation is going to come cohesively with the destruction of this place. That's how the Lord set it up. Revelations 11, right, proves that. You know, upon the 10th part of the city being destroyed, the remnant is going to give glory to the Lord because they're going to come up hither. They're going to be drawn out. You see? We're going to go from drawing water to be drawn out of Babylon the Great, man. All right? Now, let me go, let me see here. This article, right? It's from Zero Hedge, and it's dated January 6th, right? 2026. And the title reads, "Perhaps we should actually be focusing on fixing America." All right, that's the title of this article. The reality is this: there's no fixing Babylon the Great. All right, as the scriptures say, let's go get this in Jeremiah real quick, man, before we tap into this article. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, in verse 8, and it reads, "Babylon is suddenly falling." All right, the Lord said he's going to take this place out in 1 hour. All right, it's going to take 1 hour to knock this place off, bro. All right, here it is. It's been established for 250 years to get to this immaculate level of power. It's going to take the Lord 1 hour. It's going to be a sudden fall. All right, look at Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed, man. Okay, the Lord's being facetious. Because again, there's no healing Babylon. Where we stand today, okay, with this empire's decay and the military being stretched too thin, and the counsel of the wicked being led in derision, there's no coming back from this. All right, this is the end. This is the end game right here. Look, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go every one into his own country. It's time for you heathen to flee. Okay, if you were heathen and you in Babylon the Great, you're making a deadly mistake. Okay, because pursuing the biblical prophecy, this land is going to be flipped inside out. All right, this place is going to be turned into a burnt mountain. Okay, nothing's going to survive. There's going to be no survivors besides the elect coming out of Babylon the Great. All right, and the scripture's warning you, man. This is a warning to you heathen, man. It says, let us go everyone into his own country, because, hey, guess what? The elect ain't going nowhere. The elect is staying right here. All right, because, again, the greatest salvation, the greatest deliverance is going to take place in the land of the north. All right, pursuing the Jeremiah 16, and then it's reiterated in Jeremiah, the 23rd chapter. Okay? But as far as you heathen are concerned, hey, you better flee up out of here, man. Again, you're signing your life away, man. Staying in Babylon the Great, man. All right, look. And let us go, everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven. Okay, pursuing the Revelations 18, forgive me. Her sins have reached unto heaven, bro. Okay? That's why her judgment is going to reach unto heaven. You see? Look at and is lifted up even to the skies, man. Okay? And you got angels talking about this nigga Esau down here, man. Okay? Look it. I'm going to get this too. The Lord Yahweh had brought forth our righteousness, right? Because our righteousness is of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You see? Because our righteousness is of filthy rags, man. You see, the blood of Yahweh Shai is what's going to cover the elect. All right, look at the Lord Yahweh hath brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord, our power, man. All right, and it's going to be a magnificent work. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to display on this planet Earth upon the salvation of the elect and the destruction of our captivity, man. Okay, which is, again, the melting pot is right here in Babylon the Great. Right back in this article, right? Let's get a little bit of this real quick, right? After years of heading in the wrong direction, right? And you already they've been heading into the wrong direction for years, man. Years and years, man. All right, they've been going this way since 1969. You know, that's why they had to lie about making it to the moon. You know, all types of stuff started coming out. Their deception and their ability to deceive had begun to wane. You know, to the point now that covering cast that veil, it's been lifted off the faces of the people, bro, in these nations, man. Now the people, the world's looking at Esau like, yo, something's got to be done about these cats right here, man. They're completely out of control. You know, and this is where we are. But look at this. After years of heading in the wrong direction, nobody can deny that the United States is facing overwhelming problems, man. No one can deny it. So why don't we focus on fixing those problems first, right? The truth is that we can't do everything because our resources are very limited. U.S. households are more than $18 trillion in debt. And the federal government is more than $38 trillion in debt, bro. All right, which reminds me of the Habakkuk. Let me go get that real quick. The book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, man. Yeah, man, this place is out of here. There's no coming back from the debt that this place is in. This is why they're trying to reset the whole situation. They're trying to reset the whole system and go digital, which will wipe that debt clean. Habakkuk 2, I'm going to go straight to the point. Matter of fact, I'm going to start from verse 5. Yeah, also, Habakkuk 2 and 5, and it reads, yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine, right, his philosophies, his ways of life. Look at, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, evil eat. All right, this nigga got garrisons all over the place, bro. Look at him now. All right, this nigga's on the path of terror now. He's leaning on that sword now. You see, he wants the whole Western Hemisphere under the democracy of the North America. That's the stance of Trump and these Edomites right now, right? And a lot of it's theater, but you know this is how they're moving, right? But the reality is this: Esau poking his nose in everybody else's business. All right, he's all over the earth, man. If you see a McDonald's somewhere in a village, Esau's been there. Look it, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, bro. Okay, the scriptures liken Esau unto death and hell. This is why when you read Revelations 19, death and hell is going to be casted into the lake of fire, man, which talks to his rulership, his empire. You see? Look it, and cannot be satisfied, right? He's rapacious, covetous, greedy, right? But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people, bro. And he's going to try to execute this in its perfection, all right, via this NWO they're trying to push, okay? But look at this. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a turning proverb against him? See that? So there's going to come a time where the tables are going to turn on him. You see? Not only is his enemies going to descend upon him, but his own allies are going to turn on him. Pursuing the Obadiah 1 and 1 and 7, right? Revelation 17 and 16, which has been coming out a lot. Right, look it. Continuing on. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his, man. How long? Okay? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, man. All right, as we know, this nigga been going robbing. He's been stealing everything. Esau stole everything in sight. Okay? And then he said that he's in the position now where he's in his situation is that he's head over heels in debt, which in the Hebrew is ibatya, right? This thick clay goes into debt. All right? So it's no coincidence that we're reading the article highlighting the reality of what? U.S. households are more than $18 trillion in debt. And the federal government is more than $38 trillion in debt. That's not a coincidence. Prophecy told us you would be in thick clay looking crazy. Let's continue on. Even though we have literally stolen trillions upon trillions of dollars from future generations, our major cities are rapidly decaying. Our infrastructure is crumbling. Corruption is rampant. The middle class is shrinking. Most of the population is struggling to even afford the basics each month, right? Mass layoffs are happening all over the nation. Our streets are teeming with lords of drug addicts and homeless people, and that is everywhere, right? Large numbers of Americans are selling images of themselves online, right? OnlyFans, right? Look at just to make ends meet, and millions of others are living in their vehicles. And guess what we just read? Guess what we just read? That those are all signs of what? A fallen empire, man. Everything that we just read in that article, that all highlights a fallen empire. That's what a fallen empire looks like. You see? Jumping down in the article, it says this: the American people are not stupid. They can see what is happening. And one recent survey found that 52% of US adults actually believe that a recession has already started, bro. Okay? Hey, and you see it, and these people are struggling. These people are using credit cards to order food, bro. Okay? These people are using the pay later scheme to order food. You see? This is madness. Look it. I'm jumping down a little bit more in the article. It says this: yes, things are certainly bad now, but they are not even worth comparing to what is further down the road, bro. Okay? Hey, and if that ain't the spirit, because that's the reality. What the Lord has planned for Babylon. Let's go ahead. We'll close out with this real quick. I'm gonna get it in the GNB. I'm gonna get it in the Good News Bible. Right? We're gonna get the book of we gotta go to the Deuterocanonical book, the Apocrypha, right? The book of eschatology. Okay? Which is a critical part of the Bible. Without it, you're not gonna have no idea what's going on in the New Testament. All right, look at Baruch chapter 4. Oh man, that's beautiful. We'll start at verse 30. And the heading, right? The heading of in the Good News Bible, Baruch 4 and 30, the heading reads this: Jerusalem is assured of help. Jerusalem being the people before it's a place. All right, it's talking to us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Check this out in the Good News Bible. Take courage, Jerusalem. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, who gave you your name, will now bring comfort to you. Okay, our warfare is accomplished. Akiyam and Akwal, we are about to go home. But it's going to be a bumpy road. It's going to be turbulence. All right, because Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has a score to settle with Esau. Okay, and while he's settling that score with him, we're going to be around. We're going to be on the scene. We're going to be feeling that power. All right, and the Lord's going to be, Lord willing, with the elect, the Lord's going to be moving us out of the way of his fierce anger, man. Look at misery will come to those who ill-treated you, and then rejoice when you fell. Okay, the Lord has a misery plan for Babylon. All right, and guess what? Doesn't Psalm 90 say we're gonna see it? You know, we're gonna see our enemies fall, bro. We're gonna see it. We gotta be on the scene to see it. Look at misery will come to those cities that made your children slaves. Okay, as much as Esau thinks he's gonna get away with the chattel slavery he had us go through, all right, with all the destruction he did to our people, the atrocities, man, he's a fool to think he's gonna get away with it. He's sadly mistaken, right? Because you're not going anywhere fast, buddy. All right, the Lord has a score to settle with you. Look it. Misery will come to those cities that made your children slaves. Misery will be the fate of Babylon, that city which swallowed up your children, bro. Okay, and when we go to Revelation 17, what's it say? Let me go get it real quick. We'll jump back over here. I got to get this. I gotta go here real quick. Yep, it said the city that swallowed up her children, your children, right? The book of Revelations, real quick, right? In the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 5, and it reads, verse 6 is the point. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And this is what this place America is likened unto. Okay? This is the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. All wickedness and evil, sexual immorality, you name it, springboards out of Babylon the Great, aka America, man. Okay? Springboards right up out of here, man. And it's no longer a mystery. All right? We know now. The world knows now that this is Mystery Babylon the Great. All right? The place that's destined for great future judgment, bro. Look at, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints. Who are the saints? Psalms 50 and 5. All right? The saints are those that made a covenant with the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai by sacrifice, man. Okay, that's only us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. When you read Exodus 24, no other nation was on the scene, bro. No other nation was on the scene. Okay? Okay, look, and I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, bro. Okay, talking to all the bloodshed of us so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans all over this land. All right, since Esau descended upon us, Northern Kingdom, in the 1400s, bro. He's been shedding our blood since then. Hundreds of years, bro, of shedding our blood. On this land is soaked with our blood, bro. Through our bodies in open graves, bro. Submerge whole cities of Jake underwater, bro. Come on, man. Come on now. Look it. And with the blood of the martyrs of Yahweh Shai, and we know that season's coming. Martyr season's coming. Right? Revelations 20 and 4. You see? Martyr season is coming. Right? Esau is going to descend upon the church. You see? But he's not going to get everybody. He's only going to get those that must play out that part of their destiny, bro. And efforts to secure their lot in that first resurrection. Point blank, period. Look at, and when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration, bro. Yeah, because this whore looked good. And John the Revelator, when he seen this whore, he was like, damn. He was like, I would fall for her seductive shit too. You know? You know that, and that's how this place is very luring. You know? It's very enticing. You could do what you want. It's a place of rebellion, right? It's a metropolis where you can just let it all hang out. But there's a penalty for that. Look, back in Baruch 4, right? Back in Baruch 4, in verse 32 again. Misery will come to those cities which made your children slaves. Misery will be the fate of Babylon. This is talking to America, man. Okay? That city which swallowed up your children. Just as that city rejoiced when you fell and took delight in your ruin. Right. You see these Edomites to this very day. At work, at the grocery store, at the gym, okay? At the mall, at the movie. They thumb their nose up at you, man. They're looking at, you know, in their mind, you're descendant of slaves. Which on this side, unfortunately, that's a part of humiliation we got to carry, man. That's shame, you know? But guess what? The reality is this. We're from royalty, man. We're royalty, you know? And we know that now. We got the blood of Adam, bro, running through our veins. Yahweh Shai, bro. Come on now. Stop. Okay? And Esau knows that, man. Let's continue on. Misery will be the fate of Babylon, that city which swallowed up your children. Just as that city rejoiced when you fell and took delight in your ruin, so now she will mourn when she herself is deserted. There's more. I will turn her proud boastings into mourning. Okay? And take away her large population in which she took pride. How is the Lord going to do it? I, the eternal power, will send down fire on her, man. And it will burn for many days. Her ruins will be haunted by demons for a long time to come, bro. Okay, so just like how we read in Revelation 17 and 16, how this whore's, how the beast is gonna hate the whore and eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Okay, this is the reality of the fate of Babylon the Great. You see, it's gonna be burnt with fire, man. This is the reality, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is gonna burn you people alive, man, for everything that you done for to us Israelites. And guess what? You 2/3 niggas that don't want, you 2/3 Israelites that don't want to stop. You're gonna be joined unto that destruction. Because the Lord got a bone to pick with you too. Okay? That you're the generation of his wrath. 2/3 of you. Lord willing, we ain't them. Okay? You're the generation, let his blood be upon us and our children generation. You know, that's y'all. And the Lord got something the Lord got something to say to y'all too. All right, you're gonna get caught up head first in that fire. All right, because that's how the Lord's coming this time, man. The last time the Lord came with water, all right, via Noah's time. All right, and Yahweh Shai himself told us that the day of the Lord is gonna come as the days of Noah was. He's gonna come back in the days of Noah. That's in Luke, I believe, and Matthew as well. Well, Matthew, as a matter of fact, Matthew 24. You see? The Son of Man is coming just like the days of Noah were. They were eating, drinking, marrying, giving into marriage until the floods came, bro. All right, but this time the Lord's coming with fire, though. You know, and it sounds crazy. But the devices that are going to get the job done are already on the scene. All right, which come in the form of them ICBM missiles. And wait, we can't forget the chariots, man. Because as we know, the chariots are capable of shooting laser beams, man. Divine, intensified heat, concentrated heat. The true direct energy weapon technology that Esau's trying to copy. All right, so yeah, man, I just want to bring that article out, you know, real quick, just to, you know, edify, Lord willing, and, you know, Lord willing, inform you, beloved Aki Amenakwath, you know, regarding, you know, the status of Babylon the Great. And, you know, we're not imagining what we're seeing around us. It's not a figment of our imagination. You know, it's not CT activity with these various, you know, underground news, news feed pieces of information we're coming across from videos or whatever. Like, this is reality, man. Okay, there's not no CT activity with conspiracy theory. This is not no conspiracy theory. No, this is really happening. Babylon the Great is falling, man, on every level, from every end of the spectrum. Okay? And this is a token that Yahweh Shai is on his way, man. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. A double honors to the beloved elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this 144% truth. A Lord willing, you beloved Akiyam and Akwath will edify. The water for your precepts, you know, beloved Akiyam, Yanaga, Shalom Akiyah, Bashmi Ashabrakata. The water for your precepts, the water, I appreciate it, man. The water, Lord willing, you beloved Akiyam and Akwath will edify. And Lord willing, you were spiritually fed and informed through the spirit, power, mercy, and grace of our power. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Until next time, beloved Akiyam and Akwa. Until next time, stay strong. Shalom.